Welcome back, guys, to Metaphor Refantazio, where last episode, awaiting on a messenger from Luis's faction while the Sanctus decided what to do next after the shame we brought upon them, we were invited to a meeting at the Night Prowler, so set out into Brilehaven to head there, chatting to the locals about recent events on the way. Arriving at the meet, we were vetted by Fidelio and Basilio before being invited aboard Luis's skyrunner, as we now accept that invitation.
Incredible.
Wow, it didn't hit me until we got right up close to it, but this runner really is huge.
Hey!
Oi, over here. Get your heads out of the clouds, will ya?
Sam!
Your pumpkins can fawn over the Charadrius all you want later. We won't be flying for a good while anyway, what with the soiree and all. Soiree? What's that? Hey, boss, how about you don't go telling them anything they don't need to know? We ain't officially friends yet. A soiree. Now follow me. I'll give you the grand tour.
Got it.
Oh, and a friendly warning. Be on your best behavior. If you try anything clever, you're dead on the spot. Make a rude comment to Lord Luis, dead on the spot. Got it? Not shy about making threats. We'll stay on his good side, okay?
Seriously.
Let's not test his patience then, eh? Lord Luis is in the reception room. You don't want to keep him waiting.
We're off.
I won't, no.
You little
The size of Luis's skyrunner is ludicrous, and he parks in the middle of Warship Harbor like his bloody name's on it. Listen, mate, you ain't wrong, but you gotta let us one go. You never know who might be listening. Once the exhibition is over, they'll clear out and it'll all blow over. Good advice. You can't just park there. Blooming well can. Question is, where's a big enough space?
Check this out.
Look over there, the entrance to the runner. There was a save point before it. Wait, is it? Are we dungeoning straight away?
At last.
We've got to seize the first foothold for our infiltration. Soon enough, Luis will be within our grasp. Oh, usually we have a little we have a little look in, don't we? Odell comes through here an awful lot. You know him, don't you? One of Luis's faction candidates. Sometimes he's got this beast of a dog with him too. Sad to see a man with a temper like his with a pet, but wouldn't you know it? He's sweet on that dog. Somewhere at the bottom of his black heart, he thinks that a dog's cute or something. Strangest thing you ever did see.
Indeed.
This runner bears more in common with a castle than a carriage. I can hardly imagine what its interior must be like.
Understood.
It is impossible to discern how much trust the brothers will afford us. Keeping our guard up around them will be crucial. Yes.
Now, where was I?
Good old Moore's here, but I guess I don't need to visit at this point in time.
What now?
This is usually the denoter for an area we should save at. I'm sure another hour has passed. Not quite. Well, let's head inside.
Got it.
And here we are, going in.
I'm leaving.
Don't wander off. Until you get used to it, this place could be a real maze.
Oh, yeah?
Wow, there's so many soldiers here. I suppose we should have expected as much from Luis's stronghold. I feel like we're always being watched. Like it or not, an Eldar recruit is always going to stand out, but we're on the same side as all of them for now, so stand tall.
And yet...
Look at all the soldiers here. It's making me nervous. You should do.
Oi!
Can't really mess this up. That lot took part in the exhibition. Yes, we did.
What you need?
You're a new guy. Hang on a minute. You're an Eldar. Well, ain't that a rare sight? Just do your level best, alright? We ain't shy about casting off those who aren't strong enough to keep up. So be sure you put your weight, yeah? Did you hear about what happened at the exhibition? Some Eldar kids showed up for them, they say. Apparently Lord Luis loved it. That kid's going places, I can tell you that.
Serious. Look at that.
Damn, is it true? Did Glodell really show up to the exhibition with the head of a human in hand? Yeah, but they were so small that hardly anyone noticed. Makes you wonder what the hell the point was. Really did. Size did matter in the end, didn't it?
Hey!
It's you. I saw the exhibition. You put on quite the show, eh? You really gave those Sanctus what for. You're one of us now, aren't you? Well, cheers to new friends. Cheers, mate.
That reminds me.
Oh, you're the Eldar candidate that I've been hearing about. Apparently Lady Una likes you too. She's taking a claim on some kid, even though she's already with Lord Luis. Damn, Lady Una's got stamina to spare. I'm dead. Only one way to put it. What's with the right door?
Got it.
Reception room is on the top floor. This lift will get you there.
What in the...
What was that? Eh, happens to everyone. That's some sort of magical controlled locking mechanism. It keeps the suspicious element out. You know, like the bastards pretending they're grunts when they're actually assassins.
I see.
Seems like a secure system. I assume you need a key to get around.
Yeah.
Yep, there's different keys for different areas. Only a select few ranking soldiers have them. You want to walk freely around the runner, then you're going to have to move up our ranks a bit first.
Evidently.
Keys are only given to ranking soldiers, is it? Navigating this place may prove difficult without those in our possession. We will need to acquire them then. Oi, already trading treacherous whispers among yourselves, eh? Quit the gossip and get on already. Yeah, we should keep our mouths shut until we leave.
Oh, nice.
It's much bigger than I thought. I almost forgot we're inside a gauntlet runner. We're looking around so much. Now, what have we got here? We're letting schoolboys in the ranks now. These kids are our new recruits. So, that's all it took, eh? A little show at the exhibition. Used to be you'd have to prove yourself before you could stand with the Count's men.
No.
They got Lord Luis's approval. If that's not enough for you, I'd keep it to yourself before someone knocks you off that pedestal.
What's the meaning of this?
What, these pissants against me? Please, I'm a bloody sergeant. We could settle this right here, right now. They'll be wiping you off the walls.
Don't even try it.
I'll leave it out, Sam. Get your ass back to your post. That's an order.
Understood?
Just get us through your tiny head. Sparrow's everything around here. I give you 3 days at most to your run-home tails between your legs.
Seriously.
You're just gonna stand there. You're gonna move. Come on.
Here.
And this would be Lord Luis's quarters. Just a reception room, lass. He'd be daft to show a pack of strangers straight to his private quarters, wouldn't he?
All right.
Lord Luis is waiting inside. Enter.
Hey,
Guess that's my cue. I'll try looking around for this formula. Be careful. Lots of sharp eyes about. I'll try. You all stay safe too. See you soon, I hope. Why weren't you within someone's clothes? Like a pocket. Front.
A beautiful city, Brilehaven. But it is its identity I truly respect. Oceana's navy might well have won them the Annex War, if your Cronia hadn't chosen to forgo their honor and launch an opportunist attack in the wake of a storm. Even now, united in the kingdom, their pride in their power is what keeps this city alive. You wish to join my ranks. I need ask little else. Instead, I would hear what you wish to know most. Ask and I will answer. That is why I've bid you come here.
Here we go.
He's testing us. What should I ask? So are you and Juna? Did you kill the royal family? What's your plan against Forden?
How do you plan on winning against Forden?
I will kill him. Not that my victory rests on doing so. That man and Sanctism both are malignant tumors in this country's flesh and must be excised to save it.
Aren't candidates protected by the king's magic?
The king is not a god. There is always a way. It is clear no small conviction drives you. Perhaps keeping you close will prove useful. You, assembled company, I hereby permit you to enter my service.
We are much obliged.
This is a heart of magic silver. Cut your finger and let the blood fall. A proper rite of loyalty. Shows how all our blood flows through the same heart.
Watch yourselves, though. If your own heart's not true to our cause, well, it's not just a drop you lose. Might take off a whole limb.
You hesitate.
Yeah, well, yeah. Uh-oh.
Fear and anxiety. They always lead the people astray. But power and order trumps all. That is the crux of my rule.
It seems we have no choice.
Good. It would appear we've passed.
Ha! Look at you, like knock-kneed lambs. Just having a bit of fun with you, eh? You think I'd go to all that effort?
On August 13th, I intend to hold a soiree in this city. It seems a fine opportunity for you to make your debut in my retinue.
Very exclusive, see? Only for those good enough to be part of our campaign. You should feel honored.
As my gauntlet runner requires some maintenance, the party shall be held at the feast hall where I'm staying. In the meantime, do as you will.
I wonder how Gallica's search is going.
Only this area feels any different from the rest. I need a key to get in, though. It'd be nice if I could see what's going on in here, too.
Is that boy candidate here already?
Meeting with Count Luis as we speak, I think. Didn't think he'd end up on our side.
I expect we'll run into each other on the job, eh? That said, let's get back to our rounds.
Yikes! They're coming this way! I have to hide! Is this the other side of that door? Never thought it'd lead to a place like this. This area just screams suspicious with all the guards. The formula's gotta be somewhere around here. Is someone coming? Figures they'd show up now. Isn't that the songstress? What is she doing here?
Lady Juna, is something amiss?
I do recall saying I didn't need a personal guard today.
Yes, but this is Luis's personal quarters. We thought in case you needed...
Well, I don't. You can do your guarding downstairs for today. Do you understand? And, well, I mean, do you really want to be guarding this door when Count Luis returns? Oh, the things you would hear. How awkward for us both.
You mean... Idiot, don't make the lady repeat herself. Apologies, my lady. We'll make ourselves scarce.
Close one. Opportunities like this are so few and far between. I've got to get this back in place. Oh, wonderful. How were these arranged again?
A magic spell? Is that the formula? Just my luck. I can't carry out something that big, and now I know where it is.
Jolly good! You've got the man's eyes on you. Now that you've sworn fealty, we can get right down in the guts of his skyrunner.
I worry for Gallica. Perhaps we ask too much of her. I hope she's all right.
Ah, it seems you worried for naught.
I'm back!
Phew. You're clearly bursting with good news, too.
I know, right? I found where the formula is! I'm pretty sure I saw the real thing. Even if it wasn't, I'd bet the real one's somewhere in that room.
Masterfully done. We could have asked no better an infiltrator.
That songstress Juno was there too. I'm pretty sure it was Luis's private quarters. So I have to wonder what she was doing there.
Whatever the case, I assume you could lead the way to the room?
Well, yes, but it might be a bit tricky. To get to Luis's quarters, we'd need to go through the crew quarters, then through the starboard corridor, or the port corridor. You need a key to get into each of the divisions. Whoever's in charge at each guard post has one. Luis's private quarters have a special key too. That one's held by the representative on the bridge.
In short, we'll need to pass through 3 blocks. The crew quarters, either the starboard or port corridor, and the bridge.
It looked like he's usually got his quarters under guard. So we'll want to pick a time of day when there'll be less people around.
If we need it less crowded, then how about the night of the soiree? Surely it would be a skeleton crew.
Apparently the soiree will be held at the luxury inn that caters exclusively to the upper class. The soldiers manning his runner are bound to have duties in town that day.
He would have us debut as his supporters on that night. How would we get away with not being present?
Maybe if we just excuse ourselves for a short time? We've got plenty of time to prepare. Securing an infiltration route, finding out when it will be less crowded. This is all work we can get done in advance. On the night of, Gallica and one other will slip out, swipe the formula, then return by the shortest route possible.
Have anyone in mind? My hearing makes stealth jobs simple work.
No. I think he'd be our best bet.
You would have the guest of honor himself absent?
This is Luis we're talking about. He's bound to notice any absence. If we've lost on that front already, we might as well send our strongest.
What do you think? It would be risky as a mere solo infiltration. Are you up to the task?
I think we should send Heisby. He's good for the job. I mean, you will be in more danger than I. It's true. You'll be right at where he is.
You'll be the ones in the most danger, won't you?
I can hardly deny it. You're right. And I'm well aware of the fact.
Seriously. We're jumping from tightrope to tightrope here. We'll have to prep our infiltration strategy tomorrow. For now, let's get back to the inn and get some rest.
That reminds me.
By the way, do you remember the man we met in Luis's gauntlet runner? He seemed very proud of his strength.
Yes.
He was rather full of himself. Yes, Sergeant Zanth, was it? He got told to go back to his post, which makes me wonder he might be in charge of one of the runner's sectors.
I see.
That would be unfortunate. I could tell his strength was formidable even to be near him. I doubt he would simply let us pass. In any case, we should probably rest for today. We can talk in more detail in the morning. Sounds like we've got to bop someone on the head. I'm not allowed out. So the real cycle begins tomorrow? Yeah. Annex Wars coming up as a thing? A series of intermittent conflicts during the latter half of the 6th century of the Ukrainian calendar fought between the countries of Ukraine, Oceania, and Montario until the unification. The war began with hostilities opening against Oceania, and after Ukraine united with Oceania, Montario followed. Why is it telling me this now? A larger scale battle fought in the wars between Ukraine and Oceania, called the Battle of Brilehaven, because we're in Brilehaven. Fierce naval skirmishes broke out around the city with such intensity they went down in history, passed down orally as valorous and romanticized tales of war. While there were many battles with numerous casualties in Montario as well, they were short and fought far from populated towns, giving them less staying power. Even after the annexation, the momentum to seize independence remained throughout Oceania and Montario, and it was not uncommon for skirmishes to erupt. These were a stumbling block for post-war reconstruction and a headache for generations of kings to come. However, within a few years of Louis's rise to prominence in the state army, he had successfully thwarted the rebel factions and repressed the independence movement for the first time since the annexation, and that peace has endured. Gonna have to bop that Zanth on the head.
Got it?
The success of our infiltration depends entirely on our preparations after tomorrow. Don't worry, as long as we work together, we'll find the solution. So we are here. We will be starting on the 23rd. So we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hell, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 days, maybe, until the soiree happens. Bloomin'. And also, this is proper Persona now, isn't it? Got to secure our infiltration route. And steal a heart at the end. The songstress has been in Luis's private chambers. Not that I would judge her, I suppose. At any rate, the operation begins tomorrow. Rest well tonight.
May I speak?
The day of the prince's awakening may be nearer than we realize. We've got to make our preparations before that soiree. That we shall, alright. Then I guess I'm going to bed.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, and we've got to send our calling card.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
But first of all, sweeping the town for obvious quests appearing.
Now then.
Now, starting today, we need to work on an infiltration route to Luis's private quarters. The issue is those in charge of each area, the ones holding the keys. It will seem they make a formidable lineup. What should we do? Maybe the simplest option is the best option. Get them alone, beat their key from them, and push forward.
Even so...
If we mean to attack, a short decisive encounter is the order of the day. They call for reinforcements, we may not fare so well.
Yes.
Luis's subordinates have attained their rank through martial prowess. If we wound their pride, negotiation may still be on the table. This is definitely a new challenge.
I'm a little worried.
This is a challenge unlike any we've faced so far.
Yeah.
Right, a new situation calls for new tactics. We ought to build up our strength by hunting bounties and the like. We may end up over our heads. To be honest, I wouldn't think that I'm that strong. Or, wait a second. Unlike previous operations, time is of the essence when infiltrating. We need to keep your battles short, defeating the officers within a certain number of turns. All the officers are quite strong, and each will require you to be tactical. Gather information about them in town, and utilize requests to strengthen your abilities to give yourself a fighting chance. Oof.
Then...
Maybe we could dig up some dirt through an informant. Who knows, they might have a weakness we can exploit. Well then, before we can secure our route to his quarters, it sounds like we have to do some digging before the day of the soiree. Minimal amount of time. I guess it's like the alert level you'd get in Persona 5, but not quite the same. It's a 5 rank difficulty. A mission with a deadline has begun. Be cautious of storms and inclement weather conditions that may occur around Brilehaven. Meet with your allies in Warship Harbor to infiltrate Luis's Gauntlet Runner. The interior of Luis's Gauntlet Runner is divided into 4 areas: the crew quarters, the starboard corridor, the port corridor, and the bridge. You will need to obtain a special key from the person in charge of the bridge in the deepest part of the ship. Don't forget, you need to gain access to Luis's quarters by the day of the soiree.
Let's head there.
Luis's Gauntlet Runner, huh? Oh, there. The exhibition on the other ends... the exhibition on the other ends are full of revelers, all that carousing and yelling. It must be impossible to get any rest. But it's nice and quiet here, isn't it? So quiet you could hear a pin drop. We're a unique little inn in that respect. So quiet that no one wants to be with us.
Weather like this, no
damn, that bastard definitely cheated me. Hey there, older kid. You look too naive to know the first thing about betting, but I could still tell you think the gambling stall's cheating people too, right? Hey, what are you talking about? Keep it under your eye. Not that anything good comes of gambling. You're a better man, poke your nose around the night market, but watch your wallet. Phew. Engineer, you seem to have calmed me right down. Thanks, kid. Tell you what, let me give you something interesting about the Merchant's Bazaar Pier. The small one, mind you. As long as the weather holds up, they host diving competitions there. You should take advantage of everything the ocean has to offer while you're in Brilehaven. Bugger me, that's what I should have done instead of gambling.
Oh, come on.
This guy's got problems, but that competition does sound interesting. Maybe you should check it out when you're free. Hello, what's going on with you?
Oh, what should I do?
At this rate, they'll surely die. Must my hands always be stained with the blood of children? What are you doing?
Huh?
Sorry, blood and children? Oh, have I seen you somewhere before? Now that I mention it, I do recall seeing an Eldar boy at the exhibition. One that looked to be the same age as... They say you've been traveling across the country, helping all those in need. If that's true, then may I ask for your aid as well?
Oh, what a pity.
During a training exercise, the city guard corps were ambushed by a human. There were many casualties, especially among the youngest recruits. I need a special medicine to save them, but the shop's stocks are exhausted and I can't make it myself, as it requires ingredients found only within a monster-infested forest. You'll do it, truly. I cannot thank you enough. The medicine is derived from a fruit called the dragon thistle berry. I hear it grows in the glacier forest. Perhaps it would be wise to learn about the monsters that inhabit that place first. An informant may know more.
If you can help.
1 dragon thistle berry isn't going to be enough to save everyone, so I'll need 7. I know it'll be difficult, but lives depend upon it.
Let's give it a shot.
No deadline 4s. Get some dragon blood sap. Oh yeah, we never checked out what that was. It's 2 days travel too. This would be the glacier forest. There should be places to park the runner between the trees.
And right there's a labyrinth.
What now?
And we gonna spend our day today. The only way we'll know is by checking out everywhere. Arcane Dragon Blood restores all MP for all allies. Oh. So technically we could do a dungeon without actually having to do the thing if I use that, but it's definitely something you'd rather use in battle than not. Okay. This gives wisdom. You give tolerance. You're annoying. Executing Sanctress Joanna. The Sanctus Church fails to see which issues are truly pertinent. And you're not talentless?
Well, well.
Oh, I didn't see. You said something else. It is the true intellectual creatures that should be protected. The talentless being slaughtered by humans is hardly important. And you're not. Small wonder that fools like you are ignorant to the true nature of talent. Incidentally, are you literate? I find ignorance tremendously vexing. So here, I shall bestow this gift upon you. I received the magical future from Julian. This is the book Julian wrote himself, isn't it? Well, at the end of the day, it's still a book, so why not read it in the runner when you're free? What does that give me, though?
What now?
What is a key item? I'll put it with my finished noodle recipes. I don't know what it gives me. It's a book. I've got to read it, supposedly. So you give imagination.
That's terrible.
Did you hear that speech of Milo's? Beauty is all, he said, among other such nonsense. How disgraceful. Of course there's more to the world than beauty. When did this country become so full of fools? You're the fool here. Day in, day out, all I hear is whinging about Milo. There's really nothing to be jealous of, you know. I'm yours. Randomly got a book from a guy. Which means the books aren't just going to show up in the blooming thing.
Wonderful. Oh.
Hey, you there. Can't imagine I have the wrong person, but did we meet at the Hushed Honeybee? We did, didn't we? Do you remember me? I'm a bit of a regular there. I wanted to see the exhibition, so I got up the courage and took a carriage, and of course I saw your exploits there firsthand. Brilehaven really is a lovely city, isn't it? I just hope Luis doesn't go causing people trouble again.
Now what am I to do?
I've heard rumors about his gauntlet runner's crew. They say the ones he put in charge of things are especially dangerous. Don't draw their attention if you can avoid it. As a fellow honeybee regular, I'm pulling for you. Why, thank you. I'd say, the greatest catch tavern is here. I didn't really go look through here. Ooh, so Stroll can go up, so there's a follower, and Maria can go up. Maria going up would get me something good, right? Healer, 3 slots. And one more past that would get me significantly increased post-battle experience. And when cooking the gauntlets run the kitchen, an additional dish will be made. Oh, well, Pardon is also available. And we need to get him to rank 3 to learn general at some point, and it would be good to get a second slot for... Who is it currently? Stroll. Anyone else? Pardon, Maria, and Stroll. Stroll's next rank doesn't give Sans merit, but 6 does.
I'm just...
There's something I'd like to talk with you about, though I hesitate to speak candidly of today's nights out here in town. What I have to say is not for the public ear. It is, suffice to say, a complicated matter. Why we speak when next we set to the road? I wonder what she has to say. I should talk to her on our next trip out. So as our next rank up of Hulkenberg... On the road then. Rank 6.
Oh, very nice.
I thought they were gross at first, but pair them with the ale, and these seafood dishes are superb. I'm broke, so I plan to quit drinking for a while, but that siren song of sweet ale. Man.
I'm just...
Hey, listen.
Want in on this?
Oh,
You received an invite to the Charadrius, whatever it's called. Nice work. All right, anything you want to know, just ask. What? Learn about the tactics and weaknesses of Sergeant Xanth of the crew quarters. Do I have enough money for all this?
Fancy a bit of...
There's a man named Sergeant Xanth among Luis's subordinates. He's the officer in charge of the Charadrius crew quarters. Naturally, he's a tough customer. Xanth, oh, that important looking guy we saw at the Charadrius the other day. What a... Charadrius? What an acquaintance of yours. And you might know. He's a large man wearing armor who holds strength as justice as his creed. I used once a competitor at the Colosseum too. Strong, of course, but not invulnerable. Rumor is he's weak against burn and poison. Since he's wearing all that armor, it's hard for him to just take it off and deal with those. I'm sure paralysis and stun will work well too. But Luis values power, and so while the old battle axe might have some weaknesses, if Luis trusts him, you can bet he's strong as blazes.
Gotcha.
See, we'll have to find ways to inflict status elements, of course, and it will certainly be a dangerous fight if we don't do a bit of training first. No such thing as being too prepared, so let's head there when we're sure we're ready. So burn. And poison being basically the commander to general archetype. Starboard Corridor Chief Cyber.
Fancy a bit of info?
Alpha, Maintenance Chief Cyber. He's in charge of the Starboard Corridor. Can't take a joke, so I've never gone along with him. He's as strong as you'd expect, considering the authority he's been given. His magic that repels attacks is especially impressive. Physical... As you can guess, if you try to physically attack him, it'll bounce right back at you. The more you put into it, the more you'll end up hurting. I said his barrier doesn't repel magic, but magic isn't especially effective either, from what I hear. To win, you'll need to find a way to perform physical attacks without having them bounce back at you. Not that I expect you'll end up fighting him.
Let's see.
That guy sounds like a massive pain in the... If we don't improve our skills, we'll be done for. Luckily, we actually already have a cover for that. And since he uses magic that repels physical attacks, we'll want to find some way to dispel that too. We're actually already sorted. It's just leveling up Seeker.
Fancy a bit of
Master Sergeant Glecom is in charge of the port corridor. Quite frankly, he's an absolute loon. Don't tell him I said that, though. I value my life. He's an intense person in a lot of ways, but the way he fights in particular is, as I said, quite mad. He starts yelling like a madman and swings his axe all around him. You want to watch out for it, or it will daze you. If I recall correctly, the magic shop sells equipment that protects against that. Might be worth checking out. All the blood rushes to his head, so he falls for being provoked really easily, though. If you bring someone who acts as a decoy along, I think you could beat him without much hassle. Ideally, you won't have to fight him, but if you do, keep that in mind.
I guess so.
We need a decoy then. You know, I think that's a skill that would be useful. But if we aren't strong enough, our decoy could fool and our strategy would be ruined. Let's ensure we improve our combat skills before fighting him. We want to go in early or not? It's really the question. Bridge Juna devotee Cabio.
Fancy a bit of info?
The Charadrius' Hellman Cabio is stationed on the bridge. He's a fervent supporter of Lady Una. I have to say, I know how he feels. She acts so sweet and such a lovely voice. Oh, I'm swimming here. I'd almost think she was a goddess. We're not paying for that. What's his fighting style? You plan to spar with him? Well, he's the only one Luis granted the privilege of being the helmsman amongst all his minions, so you can bet he's a strong one. Having said that, he's weak to electric. I hear he had a traumatic experience in a storm once. Rumor has it when the weather gets rough, he even turns the steering over to his second in command. Pretty solid evidence, isn't it? What?
Thanks.
Guess we better prepare some electric magic then, but he's one of Luis's handpicked officers, so it might be a tough fight no matter what. Time permits, we should train a bit more before fighting him. It sounds like if you go in with a storm, it might be better than not. Security guard Salver exists as well.
Fancy a bit of info?
Salver, you say? He's the Charadrius' guard chief. Got some business with him? Charadrius. He is not someone you'll have an opportunity to meet with often. His job's to patrol Charadrius on the lookout for intruders. The chief of security is no pushover. He's a powerful opponent who's earned Luis's trust with his strength. They say he's got an almighty ignite that can damage any foe. Won't be easy to guard against that. He's weak to projectiles and lances, though. Maybe his reaction time's slow, what with wearing that big helmet and all, so pierce. And that's about it. Remember that on the off chance you find yourself against him.
I guess so.
No doubt he's powerful as he's in charge of Luis's guard. If we don't come at him with all we've got, we're in trouble. We need to be confident we're ready to fight. Oh, and he uses almighty magic, right? Sounds like it'll be trouble, but maybe we can retaliate with some of our own. Okay, then. We do have enough money for everything. There's an avian in Glacier Forest.
Want in on this?
I'm guessing you're after Dragon Thistleberry? The Caucasodos that lords over that area loves them too, so be careful. The Caucasodos will unleash terrifying attacks with season opening. Some might even kill you instantly. I recommend having magic that hardens your defenses, and I hear it's weak to projectiles, so having those wouldn't hurt neither. Hope your Dragon Thistleberry hunt goes swimmingly.
Got it.
Got it? Let's make sure we prepare thoroughly, Will. Ingredients of Oceana.
Cheers.
There are a lot of shops in Brilehaven dealing in rare ingredients. There are even stands selling meat harvested from monsters and such. Other than that, there's the butcher who sells marble bluefin tuna and briny salt from the water shop. The only specialty good you can get from the village nearby is really mellow milk. What's rare depends on the person, I suppose. You cook, do you? I respect that there's more to you than strength. That reminds me, the younger of the Magnus brothers is cooking a... I've said too much. Forget it. Okay. And village trading Port Brilehaven. I'm down to 4,000 reef.
Cheers.
Do you know a village called Inundo, a little ways up north of here? You might look abandoned at first glance, but there's still shopping to do there. Then again, they sell mostly rubbish like rusty weapons and armor. Maybe if you polish them up, you'd find some rare treasures. They also sell Hell's Boiling Bath Bomb, which is a bath salt, mellow milk, as well as toothbrushes, their speciality. That's about all I can think up. Stop by if you head in that direction. Maybe we will at some point. That's all our information gained.
Listen.